Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this device right here. And no, it is not a tablet. This is actually an all-in-one streaming device that allows you to stream multiple camera angles, live, remote, on location, using any kind of internet connection. So we're talking about Ethernet cable, wireless, or even mobile data. There's actually a SIM card slot in here. So I'm going to be showing you what this is. This could literally be exactly what you've been looking for, and it could be exactly what you need to take your stream to the next level. So before we get started, I do want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Placeit.net. Placeit has thousands of mockups and templates for stream overlays, Twitch panels, logos, merch, YouTube end screens, animations, and so much more. Once you find the template you're looking for, you can customize colors, text, and other elements to make the perfect design creation. After that, download it and it's completely yours to use however you want with full commercial license. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars on design work, you can purchase a monthly or yearly subscription to Placeit and get unlimited downloads. Just use my 15% off discount link in the description below. Huge thank you to Placeit for sponsoring this video and this channel. We really greatly appreciate Placeit and all they do for the streaming community with the graphics and the overlays and whatnot. You guys check it out, link in the description of this video. 15% off of your monthly or yearly subscription if you want it. So pretty sweet deal, and it does support the channel, which I would greatly appreciate also. But with that being said, it is time to check out this all-in-one mystery device that could take your stream to the next level. But what is it? It is the YoloBox Live. I unboxed this just a minute ago, so I'm going to show you the footage of that unboxing and what comes in this box, and then we're going to talk about it and talk about the device, and I'll show you how it works. So guys, the YoloBox Live, we unboxed it, and as you could see in that video, it came with two HDMI cords. It came with a little like attachment ball head adapter for this thing to go on top of a tripod. It also came with the charging cable, the power brick, the instructions, and there's a little SIM card key that allows you to open up the SIM card slot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go around and show you each input on this, what looks like a tablet, the YoloBox. And I'll show you what they are and talk about what they do. And then we're going to actually turn this thing on, set it up, and play around with the settings. And I'll show you guys exactly what you could do to give you an idea of how you could use this for your stream. So let's go ahead and start right up here at the top. This right here is the USB Type-C charging port. You also have an audio in, so this is a 3.5mm input jack right there for your audio. You've got an Ethernet port right here, so you can run this right directly into your router or combo unit, I guess. Then over here you've got an HDMI out, so this can run to another YoloBox. It could run to an ATM Mini. It could run to a screen if you wanted to, whatever you wanted to throw this on. Next to that, you've got a USB port right here. And this is actually an input for either a webcam, or you can even put a USB to HDMI adapter in there, and you can run a camera from HDMI right in there with that little adapter. Next to that, you've got an HDMI 2 port right here. This is HDMI 2, and your first one right over here. I'm trying to do this backwards here, but this is HDMI 1. Now, I will tell you guys there's a difference between this first slot and these next two slots. This one right here goes up to 1080p at 60 frames a second, so it can take a 1080p camera of some sort up to 60 frames a second. But these two right here are 1080p at 30 frames a second. So that's going to be the highest resolution input on this side on the USB and the HDMI 2. So something to keep in mind. That's plenty when you're live streaming, especially if you're live streaming an event or something like that. You're really not going to need 1080p HD 60 inputs. You can keep everything at 30 or even 24 frames and it would look great. So that's your inputs on this side, and then as we turn it around, there's nothing on that side. We go all the way around to this other side here, and there's a few more ports we're going to talk about. Okay, so this is the power button right here on this side. Next to that, you have an SD card slot, so you can actually put media into this thing through an SD card. You can also record your event to an SD card right there. Next to that, we've got our standard threaded tripod attachment port. And then over here, you've got a SIM card slot. So this is for your mobile data if you want to stream over mobile 4G data. And right next to that, you have an audio out for monitoring through headphones. Next to that, if we turn it all the way around to this side, you'll see just some little speakers. And then after that, we're all the way back around to this backside. So that is all of the ports on the YoloBox. Now, there's a lot of features in this little device. So you may be asking yourself, does this thing work good? Well, that's what we need to find out. So we're going to dive into this. I'm going to show you guys exactly what all it can do. And then we'll talk about practical applications and ways you can use this for your stream. Now, I do want to say a big thank you to YoloBox for sending this over to me for review. This is not a paid or sponsored video other than the fact that they sent this over and said, hey, would you be willing to check this out and give us some feedback on your thoughts? So I'm coming from the perspective of a Twitch streamer. This could be Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, but I do a lot of gaming. So this device has some abilities for gaming, but I think ultimately it's going to be more geared for people who want to do remote IRL streams, you know, just chatting, you know, live events, things like that. You can even do sports events on here, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. One of the things that's cool about this is because it's got those HDMI inputs, you could actually run an HDMI cable from your computer or your, let's say, console right into this thing and bring your game into this as well. So you could stream remotely using this and not have to have a PC. So what we're going to do next, guys, is we're actually going to hold this button down. YoloBox is going to come on. I guess I have it upside down. There we go. Takes it a minute to boot up. Now, I've actually never turned this thing on before, so you guys are actually seeing me turn it on for the very first time. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and get this thing all set up with our network, and then once I do, then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about what all you can do on the YoloBox. Okay, so I went ahead and got logged into the YoloBox. I got it set up right here, and we're actually on the first page, which asked me to set up a new live stream. And so I clicked this little round button right here, and it took me over to a setup page. And once I got it set up, then it actually took me into the main, this is like the main hub. This is your kind of your place that you're gonna manage all of your live streaming info, your scenes, things like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna screw it onto a tripod using the little adapter that came with the YoloBox, this little guy right here. One of the things I want to test, especially for us live streamers. Oh wait, hold on. My wife is calling. 1 second. Hello?
Place it has thousands of mock-ups and templates.
So we are back. Sorry about that. Wife was calling to figure out what we wanted for dinner. One of the things I want to test, especially for us live streamers, is plugging in a USB webcam. So I actually have a Logitech C920, kind of the standard webcam that everybody goes for, right up here on top of my monitor next to this camera. Of course, that is a USB webcam. So we're going to plug this USB cable right into the YoloBox, and let's just see if it recognizes the C920. Plugged it in. Okay, gives us a warning. Please note USB power may take more than usual processing, but it looks like, yeah, there it is. Logitech C920 right into the YoloBox, and it recognizes. So we got our webcam in there. You can plug in, like I said, HDMI cameras as well. Here in a minute, I may actually unplug this camera and plug it into the YoloBox and start recording on the YoloBox so you guys can see what that looks like as well. But let's go ahead and take a look first. We've got our webcam pulled up here as our main camera, and you can see down here that it's got the USB camera set as the one that's selected with that red box. Now I can add another video source. If I click this button, I can add something from, let's say, one of the HDMI ports. I can add something from the SD card. But if we plugged in another camera into here, we could actually have two camera angles. So let me plug in let me see if I can plug in another camera and get us onto the YoloBox. Okay, so what I did is I actually put a file on the SD card and put the SD card into the YoloBox. So we're gonna use an actual video as our second source to show you guys how the SD card works, but also how second sources work. If you look right here, I can add a video source by clicking this button. And once I do, it's gonna bring up all the different sources I could add, and I'm gonna hit SD card because I put a video on there. And there's the video. This is actually a video for one of our new t-shirts we came out with. So I'm gonna click on that. And then once I click on it, I'm gonna hit done. And now it's gonna bring in that video source as its own source. So I can switch between the two. If I want the video to pop up on the screen, I can click that and it's gonna start playing the video. And if I'm streaming, it's gonna start showing the actual video that I bring up there. Now, if I switch back to my USB camera, now look, it's on this guy right here. So if I switch back to my USB camera, what it did is it paused the video that I was playing, and it's back to me. And then when I click on SD card, video card again, it's going to continue where I left off. Now, this is actually just one of the few features that you can set up, because you can actually, let me go ahead and switch back. If I go into settings and go down to SD video card or SD video switching settings, if I click on that, I can select whether I want it to pause the video that's playing when I click on it, when I switch away from it. If I want to resume the first frame and pause when switching, so for instance, if I switch to another video source and switch back, it'll be at the first frame. Or I can even set it to where it will continually play that video in the background, even if I switch to my camera. So I could be talking over the video as it's playing and then switch between the two. So pause when switching is probably going to be your most used feature, because then when you switch back to the video, it's going to just continue where you left off. And so that's a really, really cool feature. I actually really think that is awesome, because now you could even do commentary on video, or let's say you're doing a podcast. You could show a video during the podcast and then bring it back to the podcast scene with your people that are talking, and then you could switch back over and continue to watch the video. It's actually a really, really cool feature. Now, I'm going to switch back over to my USB camera here, and let's go through a couple of these other features. So first thing we got is the overlays feature. If I want to add an overlay to my actual video, then I can press this little plus button, and once I do that, it's going to ask me, do I want an image overlay or a lower thirds? And so if I do an image overlay and I click on that, then I can actually take images that are from this current SD card, and I can put those on the screen. So let's say that I want to do this image right here. Done. All right. So this is a this is actually an image from this is an image. I'm gonna scale that up there. This is an image from when I was doing my first studio tour like a couple years ago. So we're gonna hit done, and so now we've got an image overlay, and I can actually click on that, and if I click on that, it's gonna bring that onto the stream as the overlay. Or I can click off of it and take it back to my camera. I can also press this plus button. I can do a, let's do a lower thirds. And you have all these different titles you can select from. And so let's say that I want to put a lower thirds on here. Let's do something like this. I'm going to click on it, and then I can re-title it whatever I want. So we're going to say, YOLO. Oops. Apparently I can't spell. YOLO Live. I need to press the wrong or the right buttons. YOLO Live test, right? Okay, we're gonna hit next. Down here, I'm gonna say EagleGarrett. Just like that, done. And now it's gonna bring my name in here, and I can actually change where I want everything to be. I can change the scale of it, right? And then it's gonna be where I can actually hit done. I can bring that up on screen, and I should be able to see if we press and hold, we can edit it. I should be able to drag this down. There we go. There we go. We're gonna drag that down. We're gonna scale it down just a little bit here. Okay, done. And now whenever I want that overlay, I can throw up the beautiful picture of my face there from that previous video that I did, or I can also bring up this little lower thirds. And so that's a really, really cool thing you can do live on the YoloBox. You don't need to upload any extra graphics unless you want, of course, your face. Like I've got my beautiful face there, my mugshot, and I can actually bring up my lower thirds on my mugshot there. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so we got that going. We've got our video input there. I'm going to start recording, but before I do, I want to hook up. I've got actually some Rode wireless Go's. I'm going to turn these on. I'm going to throw this into the YoloBox and put a lapel mic on, and then I'm going to start recording myself on the YoloBox so that you can see what it looks like through the YoloBox. So what I'm doing is I'm running the 3.5 millimeter cord out of the Rode wireless receiver. And I'm gonna run that right into the audio input of the YoloBox Live. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip this on up here so you guys can see it. But I've got my Rode wireless Go system. Let me go to audio sources. So you'll see on the YoloBox, if I go to my audio here, click on that and go over to monitoring, I'm going to go to line in. I'm going to make sure that it's selected, and then I'm going to turn that line in up here. Just make sure that it's looking good. Right, looking good. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, so what we did is we set our line in as our audio device. We went ahead and turned it up to 100% there. And now we're gonna go back to our overlays here. And so now that we're good to record, there's a little button right up here in the top right hand corner, and it's called the record button. You click on that, and we're gonna start recording. And now we should be recording through the YoloBox. And so if you guys hear me talking, then you're gonna be hearing me through the lapel, the lav mic that's up here on my wireless receiver from my Rode wireless transmitter and receiver. That's running into the YoloBox. I've also got this webcam right here running into the YoloBox. And so you're seeing everything just straight plug and play. We haven't even done, hardly anything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw up, like for instance, my overlay there, my picture. Get that in the recording. We'll take that away. We'll also throw up our lower thirds, the YOLO live test right there. Also on top of that, we're gonna go ahead and start our SD card video from where we left off there, and so that's gonna be playing, and we'll see if you can hear my voice through this or on top of this. I don't know if there's any music playing or not, but we'll find out, I guess. But anyway, we'll leave that going, then we'll switch back to me. There we go, back to me, and then back to the video. There's the video going again. All right, and back to me. And then another thing we can do, another cool thing about this is we can actually throw up a scoreboard. So let's say that I'm doing a live stream that is, I'm live streaming some type of board game, or me with my friends, or we're doing like a soccer game, a football, basketball game, whatever. I can actually throw a scoreboard up on the screen, and once I do, I can have team 1 and 2. I can give them points, so I can tap this button to give both teams points. I can throw the time up there, so we can put the time, and I can actually record the time there if I want to. I can take that off. I can also put team info, so I can put the if I click on team info, I can actually put in the name of each team. So in this case, they've already got a couple there, and they're playing. This is actually FIFA World Cup 2018 is what they have in here already. But you can put logos in here. You can put your team names. You can change all of that. And what's really, really cool about it, you can move this around if we want to. We can put it right down here in the middle if we'd like. Something like that. Middle. And then anytime we need to update it, we can just come over here and, oh, team 1 got another point. Let's throw one up there for them, right? Oh, team 2's got 2 more points. They made 2... Somehow they made 2 goals in an insane amount of time. But anyway, that's a really cool feature. It's just a fun way that you can use the YoloBox, and a lot of people may use this for, live streaming their school sporting events, or live streaming, IRL games or things like that. So it's a very, very, very cool feature that they've added onto the YoloBox. On top of that, you've also got, like, for instance, let's say you're going to live stream. If you go over here, you can link your YouTube, you can link your Facebook, you can also link Twitch, and put custom RTMP links in here, so you can actually stream to other places. But they've also got natively in here, of course, the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You link up your account, and then when you're ready to stream, you literally go live on all the places that you've connected. So that's a really cool thing. You can do that all from the YoloBox immediately, no problem whatsoever. On top of that, you can also go over here, and once you're streaming, you've got your chat. And so right now we have no comments, but if we had comments coming in from YouTube or Facebook or whatever, they'd be showing up right here under the comments section. So this is a really, really cool feature, because you can monitor your live comments, you can monitor your chat, respond live, you can do podcasts this way, you can do meetings this way, you can run an output from your computer HDMI right into here, and we can record our computer screen if we'd like to. There's a bunch of features on here that allow you to live switch, record, and to live stream. So you could actually live stream and record all at the same time from the YoloBox. And so far it seems to be working pretty good. I will say that there's every once in a while a little hiccup, like for instance when we were trying to add the scoreboard and we were trying to move it. When I grab it, now it's working, but originally it wasn't working that good. It took me a second to get it to move around. So I don't know if that's just my fingers, or if that's the touchscreen itself being a little gimmicky. But this YoloBox is doing a lot of stuff. It's doing a lot of stuff all at one time, and it's doing it while you're live or while you're recording. So it's pretty crazy stuff. Let me go ahead and switch back over here to, let's go to audio settings. I did want to show you guys that you can set it to automatic on your audio. So let's say that you have multiple audio inputs. You could set this to automatic, and what this will do is it will switch between whatever audio input is active at the time. So let's say you had a bunch of lapel mics, it would switch between the lapel mics from the HDMI inputs or whatever. But the other thing you can do is you can select which one. So like, let's say you have one audio input source that you want to record, then we'll just set it to, you know, line in 100%. The next thing is if you add another video source and you tap on this right here, you can actually do picture in picture, split view, or side by side. If we click on that, then I can actually do, let's say that I want to do my USB picture in picture. I can hit next and then select subscreen. I can hit SD card, hit next. And now, and I actually did that. Let's do this reselect screen here. And now I've actually got a source that I can click on, and now I'm watching the video and you guys can see me at the same time. And so this is a really, really cool feature because this is how you would do, like, you know, if you're streaming and you're showing like a big group and then a host, or let's say you're streaming and you're showing a board game that you also want to show like individual people, you can do this and have scenes set up to where you know, that would be possible. So you could basically run an HDMI cord from your computer into the YoloBox Live, and then you'd be able to remotely you know, record your gameplay. You'd be able to show your face at the same time. This would also be good if you're trying to record console. Let's say you run a Nintendo Switch into this guy, and then you also want to have your webcam showing you. You could literally live stream your Nintendo Switch gameplay from your living room. I mean, you wouldn't need to bring your Nintendo Switch back and plug it into your main computer setup if you didn't want to. Let's say you're doing a giant, you know, party game with some friends and everybody's got, you know, their Nintendo Switch controllers out and stuff. You want to live stream the whole thing. You don't need to take your whole computer setup into your living room. You can literally do it with the YoloBox Live. So love these features. This is absolutely fantastic. You can also do, and I was going to show you guys this really fast. You can do split view. So let's do split view, and let's say I want my video and I want the SD card video, right? So now I can actually show my video and the SD card video right next to each other. Separation position, I can actually like reposition like which sizes they are, right? Border thickness between the two, I can actually move that border thickness. I can even take the centering off and it would just show you the left side of my cam. But very, very, very cool things that you can add in here. Get it positioned just perfectly, hit done. And now I've got a split screen mode that I can switch to, and I can show my video on one side or my guest or whoever, and then me on the other side. And this would be really good for podcasting. I'll show you the last source here. Let's do a side by side, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do the SD card video or your whoever you're streaming with. And you can reposition these however you want. They can be right next to each other, and you can put a background back there. So if you want to do a background image, I click on that, and let's say I want my background image to be my old studio room. So I'm going to click there, hit done. And now you've got me here, the video playing right next to me, right over there. I can hit done there, go to this source. And so it looks like we're both up on screen with a picture in the background, and so the video's there next to me. This would, if this was like a person talking, there was another camera in there or whatever, then you'd see both of them live. That's kind of how everything works with the YoloBox. It's got a lot of cool features, a lot of cool ways to utilize the YoloBox. And hopefully, you know, we'll go back and watch the video. Hopefully the audio sounds good from my lapel mic. Okay guys, so we actually we had an issue with the audio when I was recording this video, and one of the issues that we had was actually my fault. The audio was terrible. It was very low, it was noisy, but going back and doing some further research, and I'm recording this on the YoloBox Live, you're hearing my audio from the Rode Wireless Go. The only difference is I'm not using the lavalier mic because I'm just using the actual transmitter's built-in microphone. But I didn't have the decibel, the gain stages of the Rode Wireless Go turned up high enough. And so what I wound up doing is I turned the line in, I turned that all the way up to 100%. I put the decibels on the Rode Wireless Go all the way to 100%, and then I ran it from the receiver into the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack or input jack on the YoloBox Live. Now, by doing that, the audio is so much better. But during the video, I had this on the lowest gain stage, and this was cranked all the way up, and it was just noisy and terrible, and you couldn't hear anything. So we've adjusted it. It does work. It works very well. You're hearing the audio from my Rode Wireless Go lapel microphone right here, and I'm recording this on the YoloBox Live. But I wanted you guys to see this because what we're gonna do is, because the audio didn't pick up in the other videos when I was showing this off, then we'll still show the video from this, but the audio that you're hearing minus this part of the video right here that you're watching is going to be from my Electro Voice RE20 and a Go XLR into OBS. So the audio that you're hearing for most of the video is going to be my XLR microphone into Go XLR and then into OBS. The only part that's going to be the actual lapel mic is right here right now. So I wanted you guys to hear that it does work and what it actually sounds like, and to tell you that my user error unfortunately caused me to just not have it set correctly. So anyway, there it is. It's working. It sounds good, and we'll jump back to the video, but just wanted to jump in here and give you guys kind of the rundown. You do need to set your Rode Wireless Go, turn the gain, the decibel gain up to, you know, at least half, maybe all the way, and that will give you enough power and juice to run into here, no problem. So if you're using a Rode Wireless Go right into the 3.5 millimeter jack, then you're gonna wanna crank that gain up. But anyway, let's get back to the rest of the video. YoloBox looking really, really nice. I really enjoy it. I think it's gonna be awesome for doing some on location remote shooting, or like, let's say we do a board game night with some friends, being able to live stream that. May even use the YoloBox to do some podcasting recording or live streaming, that sort of thing. Or if we're on the road and we're traveling, taking this with me instead of my computer setup and being able to just connect to internet somewhere or even mobile data and utilize this to live stream. And then I would just have to bring a webcam or another camera that I could plug into it. In fact, I might actually use this camera right here that you're watching the YoloBox on. I might actually use this camera and just you know, run an HDMI cord from here into here and then just have that as my main camera, and it would look really good. And so anyway, YoloBox Live, you guys, very cool features. Let's go ahead and talk over the things we like, things that we are maybe on the fence about, and ways to utilize this like we just mentioned, and we'll kind of wrap this video up. It's been a long one. A lot of things have been happening. It's been a crazy day, but it's been fun taking a look at this device, and very easy too. You guys, this whole entire look that we've been doing today is my first time to really dive in and get into the YoloBox, and so you can see it's pretty easy. I've been sitting here recording a video about the YoloBox. I knew about some of the features already, but I'd never actually messed with it myself. And so getting to go through there and look at those features, try them out, test them out, very easy, you guys. Not a lot of learning curve to it. Play around with it a little bit, but really they've made a very simple, clean, straightforward device for streaming. So who is this for? The YoloBox is going to be something that is portable and makes streaming super easy without the need for a computer. I could really see churches using this to live stream their services to multiple platforms. You could also use it for concerts. You could use it for a podcast if you had a podcast set up. If you're reviewing a video, this would be great for that as well. You could potentially use it for gaming, but I don't think that that's where this is really focused or marketed. And I think part of the reason why is because there's still things like, for instance, if you wanted to have animated alerts pop up on screen when somebody follows you or subscribes to your channel, there's not really a good way to do that on the YoloBox yet. So I would love to see them add some kind of feature, like if you're streaming on Twitch and you have Stream Elements, let's say, as your platform, then when somebody follows your channel, you could put an alert on screen and it would come right in to here. So a browser source of some kind would actually be really, really cool. But because this is really geared towards the live event, the live streamer, the podcaster, the simplicity of gathering video and being able to push it out live all at the same time without a computer, this nails it. And if you're somebody who does in-person, IRL, just chatting, sporting events, you know, that sort of thing, this is definitely for you. And if you travel a lot, especially for you travel streamers who go to different places and you want to have a way to stream while you're on location at an event or visiting a different place, then this would definitely be a great choice, because you pack this up in your backpack. You don't have to worry about a huge rig. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. You got your camera, you got your YoloBox, and you're ready to go. So right now on Amazon, the YOLO Live is going for about $8.99, so $900 for this thing. I would say that it's worth it for what you're getting and all the features you're getting. This is insane, especially for that portability. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It is so tiny that you really, I mean, a whole live streaming package, $900, that would take care of a lot of what you guys need for remote live streaming, and it's super portable. Definitely worth it. It works great device, highly recommend it. So this is our review of the YOLO Live. It is a great streaming device, definitely worth it. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button to help get this video out to as many people as possible. And of course, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when more videos like this come out. In addition to that, guys, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett. I'm live over there all week long, so swing by, hang out, ask questions about the YOLO Live or other things. We play games, we do all kinds of fun stuff. We'd love to have you. We also have a fantastic Discord community of over 26,000 members at discord.gg/flock. And on top of all of this, you can find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those good places. So come by, check me out, drop a follow. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for hanging out. And as always, rock on, peace out, God bless. And last but not least, where's these other guys? Oh, there's a cart.
Two people dropped right on there. I think oh. That right in front of us.
Ready? Come on, give me a kill. Come on, right through the window. Oh, I downed him, bro! No kidding!
Nice.
Kill confirmed. Let's go, boys. GG's!
Well, you know, I don't think it's great that
guys,
you're alone
we're hitting the
and being
snipes!
hunted.
They feel amazing!